What is 99 plus 1 times 10?
1,000. Wait, plus 10?
No, times 10.
Oh, times 10? 1,000.
That's 1,000, baby. Yeah, boys, we just hit the big 1,000. 1,000 subscribers. Thank you so much.
We did it before the 60th. Remember how we said that was our goal? We actually did it.
And we sort of said it's a little bit impossible to do, but we did it. So thank you. If anyone new here is listening or watching, that's amazing.
Well, you did it. You did it with your beautiful video that really helped us push.
We had
well done, Aidan. You did amazing. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you, sir. We made a video on this whole Tales of the TARDIS shenanigans, and this whole episode is going to be a review of Tales of the TARDIS because we have found a way to watch it. Shuffling a little bit, Connor. You're just on the edge of the frame there.
We saw you. We're here. We're doing it. It wasn't the original plan.
No.
But here we are.
We're going to be reviewing Tales of the TARDIS today, which is amazing. But we've got some little bits of news to get onto before that. But yeah, just a great big thank you all for 1,000 subscribers.
I just wanted to say quickly that I've always wanted to be an independent artist, and it is people like you subscribing which allows us to be independent. And I don't know if we thank you enough for that.
Does this count as art, Connor? Does it though?
Anything's art if you think about it.
Yeah, I guess. You know what else is art?
This theme
The 50% theme. But no, we're not going to get to that just yet.
Oh,
because as always, we want to subscribe. Let's see
bit.
how far we can get before the 60th, for Christ's sake.
2,000 before
2,000
2,000 before it? Well, we are uploading daily, by the way. So.
Yes. So you can check out all that stuff, all the watch-alongs and everything coming out. We've got a Ko-fi if you'd like to donate and give back to the good cause, get us some better audio equipment along the way.
It's coming, baby.
You can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at 50doctor and on TikTok at 50doctorwho. We're posting all sorts of content there. It's going absolutely nuts.
It's good fun.
It's good fun. I've got a great TikTok planned. Good one.
Ooh. 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50%, cat. Does it have anything to do with the several box sets that are coming out soon?
No, it's got something to do with my Pfizer Pompeii target novel I'm reading. And that.
Okay.
I'll tell you afterwards. It's quite funny.
A little bit of score in the background. I love that.
Yeah, baby. I'm drinking tonight Running with Thieves, their Pina Colada seltzer. A little bit healthy with a seltzer. As healthy as alcohol can be, I suppose.
I'm drinking Somersby, which if anything is healthier because it's made of pear.
That's not how that works. It's also full of sugar.
It's probably just like a single drop of pear juice.
Yeah.
And then it's chemicalized.
I don't think there'll be actual
sugar.
pear juice in there. It'll be like cordial.
Do you remember on like cans of like soft drink back in the day, it was like 10% lime juice, and it's like that's not a lot in the great grand scheme of things. It's still 90% of like
nonsense
of like colorings and flavors and sugars and.
I'm going to taste test this.
Go ahead,
seltzer.
please.
Let's do a little cheers though.
We're
first.
Oh yeah, cheers to 1,000 submaroonies.
Cheers
to 1,000 goblins.
And 1,000 more. Okay, tasting. It's fine. It's seltzer. Seltzer doesn't feel... You don't drink a seltzer and go, oh, gorgeous. You just sort of
Maybe on a hot sunny day, which it was today.
Yep, this is 99% water and a bit of sugar.
It is. I was actually thinking about that in the shower today, because with things I think about. It actually is like the healthiest alternative.
I think so, yeah, probably.
It must be, like,
because it's just a lot of water.
Obviously, alcohol isn't healthy, but like I'm saying, like alternative for anyone.
Yeah.
For any keyboard warriors, tell me so.
Can you do something for me, Connor, for 10 seconds?
Sure.
Can you sing "Happy Birthday" to yourself for 10 seconds?
Happy birthday to me. It was 2.5 weeks ago, but I'll sing "Happy Birthday." Wow! Happy birthday to me.
And
Thank
Connor's
you.
present has arrived, and I had to give it to you on air.
Thank
for
you.
Reasons. Do you know what this is?
No.
You have no idea?
No. Why?
Ugh. Give it a crack.
Is it socks?
Happy birthday. It's not socks.
It's the Sonic.
I don't know.
It's the Sonic.
How did you know?
I'm so good at guessing presents.
Did you guess that?
It's the new Sonic.
How did you guess that?
I could just tell by
it could be.
holding
It could be Jodie's Sonic.
Yep.
It's a dildo in a packet.
That. Yay!
Yay! It's the new Sonic. Connor has the 14th Doctor Sonic screwdriver for our audio listeners. And he's going crazy.
I want to play with it.
You can play with it. Maybe in our break you can take it out the... We'll have a break in the recording and you can take it out.
Does it do it now?
Nah, it doesn't. Oh, it does. Oh, there you go. Maybe it needs more batteries. I don't know. Yeah. Well, there you go.
I love it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Oh, God. I'm going to walk around everywhere with this.
It took me like every ounce of my body not to buy myself one as well. But I was like, man, That's a lot of money.
Or maybe I should keep it in my in its original packaging.
No, don't do that. Don't be fucking nerd.
But that's what I do, Aidan.
Don't be lame, man. Don't be lame.
Aidan, you gotta love me for who I am, not for what I'm not. Okay.
Let's just start with loving you, you know. All right, so let's hear from the one and only, the man himself, Christopher Eccleston, with the news. Sorry, I've lost the sting. With the news.
David Tennant and Catherine Tate are to return to Doctor Who.
The actor Ncuti Gatwa has been announced.
And I hope the planet turns round and shits on you.
Sorry, just quickly, that's so sick. You can see the new logo in 60 years.
Looks awesome.
Very sexy.
Yeah, dude, looks cool. Thanks, Chris Eccleston has hit me up in my DMs again, giving me some hot Doctor Who news. Obviously, the big thing is that Whoniverse, iPlayer, Tales of the TARDIS stuff, but we'll talk about that last when we transition into reviewing Tales of the TARDIS. So,
last but not least.
There's all sorts of photos dropping. Radio Times is throwing them at us at the moment. So, you know, there's a lot that we could talk about, but I suppose at this point, let's just focus on two big things, right? One, there's a photo, or multiple photos actually, of David Tennant rocking his new 14th Doctor costume, of course, in a set on the set of Doctor Who's 60th anniversary. He's posing. He's looking hot as fuck. It's on the screen right now. And, you know, Conor, this is a TARDIS corridor, right? Tell me this is a TARDIS corridor. How can it not be a TARDIS corridor?
I don't care really about it. I like, who gives a fuck? Like, it's a fucking door. Everyone needs to just move on with their lives.
I think it's really cool. I don't get that excited about these kind of things, but this one's got me
I normally
going.
do. What's wrong with me? How do you know it's not the Wild Blue Yonder set? That's what
Because
I kept
it looks
thinking.
completely different. Do you know anything about set design, Conor?
Yeah, bro, I know everything about set design, bro.
It's completely different. And
I don't know.
without diving into it, it's a pretty similar looking design that came out with some of the leaks. When we saw the leak.
I've never seen them.
You saw the leaks, you liar.
No.
You saw the leaks.
I did not.
You're such a
Are
little
you
shit.
insane?
I know.
Who are you
Yeah,
fucking
I
talking
hate
to right
you.
now?
I hate you so much.
Okay, I did see them, but I didn't see anything like that.
The floor is very much the same as what we may or may not have seen in the leaks of the TARDIS interior.
Okay.
So I think we've just had a little sneaky peeky of the TARDIS, you know.
All right, I mean, I'm keen for the TARDIS to be the size of a house.
Yeah.
Which would be interesting. I just hope they utilise it well, but we'll see, obviously.
Yeah.
Like, I like the whole door thing. I hope it opens and closes in a cool way. Like,
Oh, because it's like a circular door. Yeah. It's like...
just get us on, put that sound every time, man. Just rip that. Done. All right, several takes is good. Thanks. We didn't need another one, says Russell. We got it. It's clean audio. That's cool. It's from, was it from SFX? Mag?
It might have been SFX actually, yeah.
Which I always thought said sex as a kid.
It does.
It's very...
It's sex mag.
Catches your eye in that way.
I did say David looks sexy in it. So.
Yeah, they did confirm that his jacket is called Blue Yonder. So the
Yes.
entirety of the second episode is about his jacket. You know, we keep joking about how we keep getting fascinated by the jacket, how it's on and off all the time.
Yeah.
We could have been onto something before anyone else. And we have video proof of it.
Coming up with crazy theories. What happened to the jacket in Wild Blue Yonder? Why isn't he wearing the jacket? And there you go. Maybe that is... Can you imagine?
It kind of might be, because it's Wild Blue Yonder. It's saying the jacket. It literally says in the magazine, it's like his blonde Blue Yonder jacket. Wild Blue Yonder. Russell ain't the kind of guy to ignore a coincidence. This jacket could be a thing.
He's chasing that wild jacket, baby.
It could be a thing, like, you know how Matt Smith wears different bow ties, whether it's the future or the past. Maybe when it's like the toy maker playing with his head, it can be the vest, and when it's actually real, he'd be wearing the jacket.
Maybe. Like Jodie's like grey to black jacket kind of stitch up.
You're on it.
Cool stuff. Great jacket, that black one. Okay, also, I think this might have been in SFX as well. It could have also been Radio Times. I'm really good at this source
There's
stuff.
so many.
Doctor Who, Rusty Davies has confirmed that this new era with Ncuti Gatwa is going to be labelled Season 1.
Boo.
Season 1. It's not Series 14. It's
Boo.
not Series 1. It's Season 1.
Literally on iPlayer, it's like 2005 to 2022.
Yeah. It's quite... No, you tell me what you think, and then I'll...
Does that literally mean children will kill Doctor Who?
No, it does not mean that, Conor. It means he got to make...
died
he made
in
a
2022.
He made a great finale with Power of the Doctor.
Okay.
What do you think of it?
I'm not a huge fan of it, to be honest. Do I think it makes sense from like a streaming aspect where a lot of new potential fans are going to come in and be like, oh, I don't want to watch 14 seasons in. I have absolutely no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
So from that standpoint, I understand it because people are going to be going on Disney Plus and being like, oh, season 1, perfect. I want to get into it. It's one season.
Yep.
I mean, like, let's be real. The second they start watching the show and do a little bit of research, they're going to realize that they're grossly underestimated how many seasons there are.
Yeah.
But do I think it's a smart move? Sure. Does it mean I like it or have to like it? No, not really. But I think we all saw it coming. He keeps saying this, like, you know, he said in the BBC Sounds thing, like, I might do that for season 4. And a lot of people took that as the 4th season of his new era. But I think we were even agreeing that, like, we think he's going to do a big reboot. So,
yeah. Sorry, I was trying to find where it was from. But
will you ever call it season 15?
Season 14, 15 and
14,
stuff.
15.
Depends how confusing it gets whilst talking about it, you know.
Yeah, it's going to be hard.
We'll see. I'm on board with it, mainly because I understand why. And this whole thing is trying to get Doctor Who into a place where it's accessible again for new audiences to find. So I'm totally on board with it then. Is it like a little annoying? Yeah. We have 3, well, we got 2 season 1s now and,
we're gonna
and a
have
series
3.
1. Well, no, like, because you know how New Who is series 1, it's not season 1. So we have season 1,
please.
series 1,
Get out
and
of here with that
season 1.
bullshit.
I know.
There's free series 1s.
Yeah, it's nuts. It's nuts.
Yeah,
But-
yeah, it's annoying.
Here's what I think is like the 60th. I know this is 60th is the launch of the Whoniverse, but there is a little bit of me that's kind of like maybe the 60th would have been a great little bookend to the 2005 to 2022 series. You know,
That's a good idea.
David's back. It's could be quite a reflective special looking back.
That way Chibnall wouldn't have destroyed the show and left it in 2022. I get that.
Goodness me.
We have to refer to like this is. I get the whole trip me out thing because am I going to be like, oh, but you know, back in season 1, Eccleston's season 1. Like I'm always going to say that. Oh, back in season 2, David's season 2.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, do I really have to like clarify?
Do you think, because obviously we've got Classic Who, then New Who is 2005 to 2022. Does this become the Whoniverse era?
Yeah, that's the thing. I think there will be. That's the thing. I think there'll be Classic Who, New Who, Whoniverse. I think.
Whoniverse, which I'm kind of okay with that.
We could say like season 1 of Whoniverse.
Yeah. Which is complicated then because Whoniverse is an explanation of the whole, like all the spin-offs and all of that is the Whoniverse. But
yeah, you are making it a bit
it's
more complicated now. I'm starting to question your analysis.
But it's also the best way to describe. Like that's why this is a reset, right? Because it's now Doctor Who is going through its biggest change since the 2005 reboot, right? So
Apparently so.
Well, it is. Like just with all the Disney stuff, all the spin-offs that are coming.
I guess you're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they were going to do that with Stevens. They were tiptoeing around. Like I think Matt Smith's season 5 was like gonna originally be season 1 again.
Oh, I think Moffat said it was something they talked about. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't love the energy behind it.
No.
But
energy.
Dun, dun, dun. I can't do it. I can't remember how it sounds.
Yeah.
15. Yeah. But yeah. I'm gonna save judgment until. I mean, by the end of the year, I might be completely fine with it. When I see the 60th and Shooty's first special on there, I might be like, who cares?
Yeah.
But BBC iPlayer, honestly, it streams really well. So like, I'm not mad about seeing it on there as like, because it actually does say on the thing, it's like 1963 to whatever and 2005 to 2022. It looks beauty.
You know how we've been saying, going, this has to be the last time we'll see David as the Doctor. This has to be. Have you seen that list a couple of days ago? He said in an interview he wouldn't say no to coming back again. And he said,
hasn't even come back yet.
He was like, I wouldn't say no because no one would believe me. And because he knows how the show works. So he basically said, if there's a 70th anniversary and, you know, Stephen Moffat's running the show again and he goes, David, we're doing season 7. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that.
It's season 7. It's time for the 70th. Let's get you in for a few scenes. Is he going to say no? Probably not.
Could you see like a Partners in Time spin-off with Catherine and David?
But then that's what these 30th, that's what these 60th anniversary specials are, right? They are.
Who knows?
That's the David Tennant Catherine Tate spin-off.
Actually, we didn't think we'd get fucking Tales of the TARDIS. That's what we're reviewing today, and we did.
Yes.
So,
So let's segue quite naturally into that then, shall we? Tales of the TARDIS. That is the new 6-part series, The Dawn of the Whoniverse.
What a way to start it.
Sometimes I think it's a little bit rich to refer to this as a spin-off, but let's roll with it anyways.
Aidan,
it's Doctor
Guy
Who's.
Green.
It's repackaged Classic Who, but that's okay. I'm not critiquing.
Aidan Green.
But it is. I don't know if this is Doctor Who's first new spin-off. You know what I'm saying?
You know what's funny? I was going to say that, and I thought you'd hate me for saying that.
No,
so I'm glad that we're both awful people.
It's look okay. So Tales of the TARDIS. It is the new spin-off streaming on BBC iPlayer exclusively, nowhere else in Australia. But look, I've done a whole video ranting about that, so you can check that video out. I'm not going to go there today. Other than the fact that it took me an hour and a half to get my bloody source.
Should have called me sooner.
To get my possible... I'm not saying I did VPN to watch on BBC iPlayer.
You can say you VPN'd.
No, but I can't say that I pressed yes into being to the BBC and saying that I'm a license fee payer.
I just put in my old postcode from where I used to live.
I did that, but then it comes up and asks...
Yeah, it does.
Do you have a license fee? And I said... Question mark. I'm not saying what I said, I'm not on the record.
Well, you're reviewing it, so...
But it took me an hour and a half to get my VPN sorted and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know why I did that, because mine didn't do that, but I set mine up years ago.
Yeah. Well, look, at the end of the day, I got there, watched it.
Yeah.
It's 6 episodes of Classic Who, 6 serials of Classic Who, all cut together as like an omnibus, so it's not in 4 parts, it's in 1 part. But at the start, you have maybe a 3 to 5 minute scene featuring classic doctors and companions, and at the end we come back to the classic doctor and companion, and they're in like a what do they call it? A remember TARDIS.
It's a memory TARDIS.
Yeah. And it's a TARDIS that thrives off of stories, and so
what a load of shit.
There's a load of bollocks going on here.
Yeah.
But you know what? There's so many times in like Moffat's era, Chibnall's era, where there's like bullshit explanations and stuff, and you kind of sat there like, this is bullshit. Like, what are they on about? Somehow, Russell has the touch where he can come up with bullshit stuff, and you just kind of sit there going, yeah, it's bullshit, but I'm so on board with it. You know why? Emotion.
It's almost like he wrote it last month, and it wasn't planned. Who
knew?
This
stuff got filmed in September this year, which is crazy.
Yeah, I have
crazy
very little complaints about it, and that's probably one of them. So I thought it was... What did you think of the whole thing? You think you liked it, or...?
Yeah, I really liked it. Didn't watch any of the classic material in the middle, even though this is meant to be like a classic. It's meant to be like an introduction to Classic Who for new fans.
Well, we didn't really have time. We originally were going to do a ranking season 4, but then like this came out, and then
that'll be next week, by the way.
That'll be next week, because we didn't know about this last week. No, that's what I mean. Like literally, we just found out it was coming out, and then it dropped. I didn't watch anything in the middle either. I was worried they would intersplice clips.
I thought that's what they were going to do.
And I was like, oh, please don't do that, because I don't want to keep going through and like checking where it is. But like, it literally is like beginning and end. And I thought it was really beautiful, man.
It's so beautiful.
We should say, written by Ross T. Davies. He writes 1 episode. Pete McTighe writes 2 episodes.
Yep.
And our boy, Phil Ford, Mr. Waters of Mars himself,
Philly the Willy,
writes 3.
He does.
Yeah.
3.
What a time to be alive.
Yeah, man. It's nuts.
Where do we start? Do we start from episode 1?
I suppose we'll work our way through, and then we'll do like a total review afterwards and give it a rating.
So this is the 5th Doctor and Tegan.
It's the Earthshock episode, yeah.
Earthshock, which I have seen. I've only seen 2 of these episodes that were on the thing.
Well, for me, there was only one that I hadn't seen of the classic episodes.
Which one was that?
That was the...
Horror Frame Rock.
You silly. It was the second Doctor one, because I've seen hardly any second Doctor ones. Is it the Mind Robber or something?
The Vikings one?
No, that's the Time Meddler. That's a really great first Doctor
story. The one with Jamie and not Victoria.
Yeah, Jamie and I think Zoe is the name?
Zoe, yes, correct.
But yeah, let's start with Peter Davison.
Yes, okay.
Janet Fielding, Aussie love here.
Yeah. I went back to Brisbane.
That was great hearing. That's one thing that I really love about what they did with like Sarah Jane and stuff. It is telling what's happened since then. I don't know that we necessarily got that with other companions that have come back since.
I was wondering watching it that if they were gonna like acknowledge if it was actually like canon that, you know, time had passed and that they're older, and they do reference it quite a lot, that they've changed and look different, and they do mention their like lives after the TARDIS, which I thought was great. So I assume it's canon.
Yeah, Russell said it's canon.
But it's weird. It's like Sylvester has a comment. It's like, oh, in some different timelines, I don't regenerate. And I'm like, okay, it's just like a different timeline, but it's still canon. But it's like kind of.
I sort of took it as the companions are real, and the
I
doctors.
had the same thought.
The doctors were maybe kind of real, but were sort of some illusion by the memory TARDIS. It's a remembered TARDIS. Weird, they got the ED at the end.
Yeah, the set is really cool. It's like it's really messy, but
beautiful.
Cool.
It's
and I love how
beautiful.
quickly they made it.
Yeah.
I think like writing wise, direction wise, performance wise, set, lighting. The score was beautiful. It was the guy who did
Sarah Jane
Sarah
Adventures.
Jane.
Yeah.
I thought, considering, and I got clowned off for saying it was 4 days in the group chat. It was 6. Apologies,
6 days.
Aidan.
Get it right.
Regardlessly, like
Yeah.
I mean, I've been on like your film set. You know, we know how hard it is to do like a scene.
Mm-hmm.
Like, considering, I was worried, I was hesitant. I was like, oh, are you going to be able to see like the cracks of how quickly they filmed it?
Yeah.
But I thought it looked great.
Really cool shots in there for how quick it was shot, I thought. Really cool stuff. So yeah, let's... this one was really great. I think they're all great, by the way. I loved every single one of these.
Same.
This one was the one where I felt like we sort of rehashed stuff we got in The Power of the Doctor. You know, it was great to catch up with Tegan, and I loved that stuff. And it was just, I mean, Davison, strangely, I'm watching season 20 for the first time at the moment, and it's so amazing. And I seriously think Peter Davison is in my top 3 classic docs. So, and I know he's quite low on a lot of people's classic docs, but I really love Davison. So seeing him back, he just doesn't miss a beat. Jana, you can tell, for me, I can tell that she's not been acting for the last like 2 or 3 decades since she's been running her own talent agency. I think she's still got it. I just think there's some beats where maybe she does slightly
I didn't know she
miss
stopped.
it. Yeah. I think I read or heard in an interview somewhere that she said she really struggled to find work coming out of Doctor Who because you get quite typecast when you do Doctor Who, and just slowly she transitioned into running she's an agent now, so she has her own talent agency. Yeah, and it was great to address the Adric stuff again. It was great for Davison to be like, oh, you know, we just kept running. I'm sorry we never got to sit down and talk about it.
Yeah.
But it did feel like just a slightly more in-depth version of what we got in Power of the Dog. Not complaining about it, but it didn't fill me with surprises and emotions like the other ones did. Hit me with your thoughts.
Yes, so that is funny about the whole, because we do see Ace and the Doctor a little later. And I was interested to see how those played out after Power of the Doctor.
Yeah.
And they do mention Power of the Doctor in the Ace one. We'll get there.
Yeah.
I thought it was great. I like how they sat down and finally had a bit of therapy talk about Adric's, depends on how you look at it, untimely passing.
Yeah.
And he has the star at the end. He kept it.
That's so cute, isn't it?
Yeah, I thought it was great. It truly was lovely. It's the only one that Russell wrote. He's a busy man, obviously.
Yeah, and it set up the whole idea of the remembered TARDIS quite naturally.
The chairs appearing, I thought was so sweet. They sit in the chairs. It's lovely.
They have such a short period of time to explain what this thing is and still manage to do it without being like, this is a remembered TARDIS. Like, it was great to see Davison like slowly working it out and slowly introduce the concept.
Yeah, I would love to, like, in the future, imagine, like, when we're older, imagine seeing all this stuff of our old doctors. Like, it's really cool. Like, it's an exciting time to be alive, you know? Yeah. So, yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed the first part.
Big fan.
Which was Earthshock.
Let's move on to The Mind Robber, which is the second Doctor story.
Jamie and Zoe Bell.
Jamie and Zoe are back, baby. Written by Pete McTighe. And we should say Joshua M.G. Thomas is the director of all 6 of these, and like we said, did a fantastic job.
We send our love to you, Josh.
Josh, your boy. Jamie and Zoe are back. Okay, this one for me, it's hard to pick a favorite, but this was one of them. And that's so strange because I've only seen, the second Doctor is the Doctor that I've seen so little of. I've only seen I've only seen 1, 2, 3 stories. 3 second Doctor stories, but then I've also seen him in like the 3 Doctors, 2 Doctors, that kind of thing. So I haven't spent a lot of time with Jamie or Zoe before. In fact, I don't think I've ever seen an episode with Zoe in, actually. Everything I've seen has been Jamie and Victoria. So...
Isn't she in... She is in the Ice Warriors, isn't she?
No, that's Victoria in the Ice Warriors.
Is Zoe not there?
No, that's what they were talking about when he was reflecting on Victoria.
Yeah, it's funny, the Ice Warriors do get mentioned.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I haven't seen these characters since, only in the Ice Warriors. yeah, this was definitely probably up there with one of my favorites, if not my favorite.
So, I
It was brilliant.
want to freaking heck and say, Jamie and Zoe. Why can I not forget? Why am I forgetting names? Actor names. God damn. What is Jamie's actor name? I know it. I literally know it.
I wouldn't have a clue.
Fraser Hines.
Fraser Hines.
And I'm not sure who plays Zoe, but those two can act. Like, genuinely, I thought they were the best two actors in this whole
It was great,
thing.
yeah.
I thought with
Very
their
convincing.
age, they're still bloody great.
It's actually like it actually is insane. Like
Yeah.
considering how long they've been on Doctor Who for.
Wendy Padbury plays Zoe.
We send our love to you, Wendy.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Like I said this on the Instagram story yesterday, like a quick 10-second review, but it's like there is no show like Doctor Who because like only they could do something like this, like bringing back companions. Like
Yeah.
I think it's beautiful. Like to see them back again was great. Like they were all so lovely. Like they all have their individual things about it, and I've only watched it once, so it's hard to like talk about things specifically. But doesn't do you know what I found funny? Jamie's like, let's not talk about the Cybermen.
Yeah.
I thought that was funny considering they just did Earthshock
Yeah,
for
yeah,
the last
yeah.
one. I was like, this is funny. Like, yeah, it's
I love the
oh,
little...
they hold the recorder.
I was going to say that. Yeah, that little moment was so lovely, like reflecting back on the second Doctor. It was just really sweet, and they addressed the whole idea that both of them are forgotten, and hopefully
That's
they'll
right.
remember.
So they had been. So now it's canon that their memories are back. Very sweet.
Yeah, well, we don't know for sure. They just sort of say they were like, we can never forget this. Like, this is gonna... it was, quite a childish. These scenes were all quite not. They were. Okay, I'm going to throw the word out. They're childish. Yeah, they were. They're not overly adult, but I don't mean that in a bad thing. I mean like they're great for like maybe 12 to 14-year-olds would see this and think this is amazing. It was Sarah Jane Adventures vibes. All these scenes, I thought, and I thought the score really helped that. It like all of them felt magical. That final scene where they're like, we're never going to forget this, and the score was swelling, and it just felt magical in a way that I don't think Doctor Who has felt in a long, long time. And I think the set helped.
I agree. I completely agree. Yeah, and they do mention Victoria if she's out there and if she'll maybe one day remember too.
When he says, I hope she had a good life.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It does kind of bring it. That gave me a lump in my throat just then. This is what I mean. Like there is no other show like this that can do something like that.
God damn.
I'm so glad it wasn't shit. Like, could you imagine what a stale start would that have been? And again, it being short in 6 days, I was incredibly nervous. Like, that's an insane turnaround. Only Russell.
Only
Russell.
Big
Yeah,
Russ.
brilliant. I thought it was great.
Lovely, lovely stuff. Hello guys, Conor and Aidan from the future here.
It's a time travel show.
Time traveling baby. Just want to say that at about this point in the recording, my microphone cuts out, and every now and then it will cut back in for a little bit. For like 95% of it though, it is cut out. So you're going to hear just me in the background of Conor's audio. It's not terrible, and I'll see what I can do in post to fix it up. But yes, this is why we need a roadcaster very desperately.
Which is why you can support us. Which is why you can support us on Ko-fi.
Yes,
If
give
you
us
want to.
financial aid.
We will have a roadcaster very soon.
Yes, we will.
And we will never have this issue
This
ever
has
again.
literally been the final straw. Me and Conor have just had it out, and we've been throwing shit at each
Yeah,
other.
it was a bit physical.
Yeah.
I have a nosebleed right now from the punch.
Yeah.
That's going to hurt tomorrow, Aiden.
I bet. Yeah.
That guy commented, get a pop filter. No, get a new mic.
Yeah.
Just get a whole...
I think that's
get a whole new mic.
a pop filter is the least of our fucking
Yeah,
problems
that
right now.
that is exactly what we should have replied. Anyway. It'll be fine.
Anyways, the rest of the episode still it's actually a really fun episode. That's what's a real shame that my audio isn't great for it. But yeah, you can hear me clearly in the background. It's just Conor is a lot louder than me, and I am a mere...
Nothing changes then, even if your mic was working.
You can still hear me, but I'm just sort of in the background of Conor's audio. It's sort of like, when you listen to podcasts and there's like the producer starts talking in the middle of the podcast and they're not mic'd up.
No, on H3 they all have mics.
Yes, but there's other podcasts that maybe aren't as big as H3. Sorry,
That's why
I
they're not-
forget.
that's why
I
they're
forget
not
that
as-
you only watch one fucking podcast.
I don't just watch one. I watch First Dates every Wednesday, actually.
Great.
And no, that's not true. I think they respect their crew. There, I said it. Sorry that the new Doctor's fake friends, what the fuck it's called, don't give their...
No, their
producer
producers
a
do
mic.
have mic. Oh my god. Okay, let's get on.
This is pointless. Just play
Let's get back into the episode, shall we? Okay, moving on to the third one, which is Vengeance on Varos. Which is the Sixth Doctor and Perry, Nicola Bryant, and our boy Colin Baker.
So fun to have these two back.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Oh, yeah.
I love Colin. He's a unit.
He's he's fun.
Why is he not wearing the costume? It's just hung up.
I love how he's just like, I'm not wearing that shit ever again.
He's
Please
like,
don't make me
fuck
wear
it.
that shit.
I don't care.
He looks good in his
look
little,
great.
and he's got the little coloured. He's got a red suit and a little coloured pocket square. So
They're-
that's 6 enough for me.
They were fairly savage about like, it's like, yeah, I got old and
bigger.
bald. Yeah, and bigger. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, okay,
Yeah.
interesting.
I thought she was gonna be like, oh, I bet you're regretting those comments you made to me on Remembrance.
Doctor, do you remember how you used to say to me that I eat too much?
Yeah. What's
Go
that
on,
one
Perry.
called? Revelation of
Revelation
the
of
Daleks.
the Daleks.
Those comments in Revelation of the Daleks.
I love this one, but that's because I particularly like Colin Baker's Doctor, very much so, a lot more than you.
Yep.
I much prefer Colin's Doctor over Pete Davison.
Mm-hmm. Right. Okay. This was a lower one for me, to be honest.
What?
I really liked it. That's the thing. I loved all of it. Like, I loved all of them.
I really dug it.
Yeah,
I thought
that's fair.
I thought it was great. Yeah, and I love this duo, Perry and the Doctor. I think I have a bit of weird nostalgia for that terrible time where I watched The Trial of the Time Lords. Yeah, I really liked, and I love Phil. Like Phil. I love Phil. Like I'm
Ford.
Phil Ford. I just love that he's back. Like
Yeah.
I'm so happy. I wanted him to come back so badly.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just super gassed that he's just in it and doing little Doctor Who things. I mean, he did the Wars of Mars book this year, which I did buy.
Yeah,
in support of the goat.
I'm about to buy.
Yeah, it was. I thought it was lovely.
I thought the ending where they were like, let's go off and let's
Yeah.
be warriors, and they're like just fucking around with the controls and
Oh, Doctor,
going
let's
nuts.
go on an adventure.
Yeah.
I loved it. That's this has got to be some kind of like dream alternative universe. We can't have all these doctors flying around. in
yeah,
their
that's the
old
thing. I don't
forms.
know what's going on here, but whatever it is,
Whatever it is,
it's
you know,
lovely. You know,
a few of them do fly off and do their own thing. So it's interesting to me that it could be its own thing.
yeah.
Yeah. Anything to
beautiful.
say about?
Not really. I don't remember this one all that much. That's the thing. It was one that like they had their little catch up and stuff, and then they sat down, told the story, and came out of it. And I just, yeah, I don't. This one just didn't give me as much as some of the other ones did. You know.
Well, you're not a huge Colin era fan, are you?
Yeah, I don't not like Colin. Like I do. I like Colin a lot, but yeah, he's definitely not up there for me as one of the best docs.
Yeah, it's funny how like we've always said about how much of a dick his Doctor is, and it's like I guess with old age he's just become like hell mellow.
Yeah, that's what's so cute to see of him. He's just
He's not horrible anymore.
he's big finish. Six,
He's just
you know?
playing Colin Baker now.
Yeah, which I do think
He's not the Doctor. He's just Colin Baker.
I kind of do think that like that's the same with a lot of these old companions.
Yeah.
Is they are just playing
Yeah.
themselves.
Yeah.
Particularly Katie Manning. We'll get onto it in a sec. I think part of why she's so good is because her and Joe are the same person.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it's like he's just constantly been like smoking joints and like chilled out now.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm sorry I said that shit about
And, like,
you.
so-
I'm at peace now.
Sylvester, like just a crackhead in general. So
Absolute unit.
unit. Well, I think Davison is the only one where
I
his
take my job
doctor-
very seriously. I am the Doctor, and always will be.
Oh, that was so cute.
What?
When he said that, isn't that what Davison said?
No, I was just no. That was just me riffing.
What is that from? I saw something of that recently. Anyways,
I would take it very seriously if I was a Doctor. One day I will be.
but yeah, but that's the thing. Davison's Doctor is very different than Peter Davison, and I love that he's still got that. Like he can still flip into Fifth
Yeah,
Doctor mode.
absolutely. Yeah, the costume still fits.
Yeah, it's probably the same one still from bloody what's it called? Time Crash.
Yeah, Time Crash. Yeah, he probably keeps it like David has. Yeah.
Yeah.
I loved it more than you, but you know, I really like this one because again, I really do have a soft spot in my heart for Perry and the Sixth Doctor. So sorry, Aidan.
No,
Just
that's
saying.
fine. No, and that's the thing.
Just saying, hater.
I love all these. I'm not going to sit here and talk shit about any of them. I think they're all special and magical in their own way.
Except
the Three
for the
Doctors,
beginning.
also written by Phil Ford.
Okay, now we're cooking.
This is Joe Grant
And Clyde Langer. What the hell? Okay, this was the biggest like surprise to me. I absolutely loved that he was in it.
I think this one was my favorite.
Cool.
Because this was the one where it was two companions, and you can easily be like, this one's canon. You know what I mean? Like, and there was just so much stuff. This one gave me the most in terms of There was little stories for both of them in there.
Absolutely.
Joe was there, and oh, dude,
All the Cliff mentions.
when Clyde was like, I heard about it.
Yeah, I'm
sorry.
sorry, yeah.
I literally let out an audible. Oh, like I'd just been shot. Like I made a sound, and I was so sad. And like all the Sarah Jane mentions and stuff like that, and
Rani,
and then it moves on to Rani, which is just bloody.
I thought this one was great. I really did. And like I like how it starts with Joe, and they rested the Sonic.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
This one just had so much.
It really did, dude. It's just so cool that we got like Clyde in it.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was awesome. Mm-hmm. I even told my mom about it. I was like, yeah, I was like, he's from Sarah Jane's, like, who, Luke? And I was like, no, it's Luke's friend. She was like, oh yeah, I know who that is. I was like, yeah, like they got him back. I was like, and Joe met Clyde in Death of the Doctor.
Yeah.
The Matt Smith episode, actually written by Russell, if you don't remember. It's it's the second episode of Sarah Jane that he wrote, apart from the pilot.
Right, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he only writes 2.
Interesting.
Yeah, most of them are written by Gareth Roberts, actually.
Gareth and Phil.
Gareth and Phil.
In the Writer's Tale, Russell's actually talking about how, because Phil hadn't written for Doctor Who before What Was on Mars, right?
No.
Is that right?
Yeah, he only did Wars on Mars and Into Dalek.
So before they even knew how many specials there were going to be and stuff like that, David was sort of emailing Benjamin and was saying, I really want to give this guy Phil a shot. Like, he's saved our ass so many times on Sarah Jane Adventures. Like, he's handled Sarah Jane Adventures so well. Like, I really want to give him an actual episode of Doctor Who. So that's why he got Wars on Mars.
I look at him now, Ryan Tales from the TARDIS.
Tales? Oh, how he's risen.
Dude, it's sick. This one was fantastic. I loved it, yeah. And at the Emmy, I see Cliff come back. They did a similar thing with the first Doctor. I thought it was, stunning, emotional. And
you can tell
brilliant.
That he's been, I think, well, they said, I think Emily Cook, who worked on Return to Bannerman Road, the Big Finish, Rani Takes the World, that thing. I think the canon of where the characters have been in that are the same as where they are in this.
That's awesome.
So that's awesome, because quite often, and I think fair enough, quite often the show will contradict Big Finish.
Yeah, it's like...
It's fair enough.
I can't say the word, in inconsistencies.
Yeah. So I love that they took the same route with it, and I just think, I really hope that they...
come back.
I know we're never going to get that. I know we're never going to get what I want, which is like...
The Return to Bannerman Road, baby.
Yeah, or like a spin-off where it's like...
I mean, look at what we got.
Maybe like...
Look at this. Did you ever think this would happen?
No, that's true. It's just one of those things where it's like... They're launching something new. How many of these old characters they're going to bring back? Or are they going to be trying to make spin-offs based off around new characters that they're bringing in? I don't know.
I will say this real quick. I do think that... I would almost bet money on it that like none of these characters are going to be in the 60th. I know people were saying stuff like Tom Baker's not in and stuff. I think the reason why they're leaving them out is because they are in the 60th.
I agree.
And it would take away if you see them in this and then you're like, oh, hang on a minute, well, what's the big deal? Like, we saw them in Tales of the TARDIS. So.
Yeah, none of these characters in the 60th.
Yeah.
Unless it's like a one-shot thing.
Yeah,
There's
I don't think. Yeah, I don't think so.
I don't think Tom's in the 60th either.
Oh,
because
really?
No, they said. I think Matthew Waterhouse said that he plays Adric. Said that there was plans to do a 4th Doctor one, but Tom just wasn't, I think, sort of mobile enough. He's in his early 90s now, isn't he?
Set up a green screen in his house. That'd be
done. But yeah, and all of his companions, other than Adric, pretty much live like out of state, well, like out in different countries and shit like that. And Adric was only with him for like 2 or 3 stories, so it just wouldn't really work.
Yeah.
But but it did make me think, First Doctor, Susan is 100% the 60th. 100%. Why would Susan not have been...
Why would not bring back Carolyn Anford?
Why not? You know
exactly. That's, it's funny, I was like, I'm forgetting something, that was it. Yeah, it's like, why not? Mm-hmm. Like, because they could have had Ian Chesterton and Carolyn Anford.
Well, Ian might also be in that... age maybe slightly too old.
He did Power.
Yeah, but he had one line in Power. He wasn't.
Did you say she?
Excuse me. Did you
say her?
Yeah, that's it.
We got it there in the end.
Yeah, the long way around.
What a beautiful thing we got here, man. Like, this is stunning. Yeah, this one was fantastic. The Three Doctors. This is the only other one I've seen as well. So I've seen The Three Doctors and I've seen Earthshock.
Yeah.
Brilliant story, by the way. Three Doctors is probably one of my favourite.
It's my favourite classic story.
Really? 10th anniversary?
Yeah. It is.
So there was a pause there. I was like, am I wrong?
Well, no, I was confused I didn't know if you were asking me or telling me.
No, it is the 10th anniversary, so it's 50 years old today.
Yeah.
This year, this month. I thought it was sensational. Let's see if it continues on with this romantic journey with Ronnie and Clyde.
And I also love when Joe said, so Clyde was like, did you love him?
Doctor? Yeah.
And she said, I love the Doctor just how you loved
Sarah Jane. Yeah.
And I just thought that was beautiful. And then at the end, you see the shadow of
Cliffy.
I thought it was the third Doctor for a second, and then I saw a reaction. I was like, it's Cliffy boy.
This gives me a little bit of hope. I know there's been like a debate about like now it's Disney. They're going to do like this. They did it with Carrie Fisher in Rogue One, like a stand-in double with the CGI'd face. Yeah. I was like, please do not do this.
I was kind of worried for a second.
I was so nervous, and I'm like, thank you. Don't do that. We don't want that.
Well, let's move on to the Time Meddler that has a very similar ending. And I was so worried.
Yeah, me too.
No. I was
David Bradley.
I thought David Bradley.
No, I don't think so. No.
I thought you were going to see David Bradley just standing there holding his arms like, hello.
Oh, I don't think so.
I could just see Josh like sinking into that chair like,
no,
not David Bradley.
The original Doctor.
You might
say.
Alright, The Time Meddler, which is a season 2 story that I really love. It was one of my favourites. I sort of, watching the collection set, was sort of losing interest in season 2 towards the end, but this, I think it's the finale of season 2.
Jeez, who wouldn't?
And it is bloody amazing. Like, I'd love to show you this one. The Meddling Monk, who I'm sure you've heard references of before. No? Okay.
I nodded.
Right, yeah, no, but you had like a weird look on your face.
I don't know if I want to watch it, but I will for you. I will for the audience.
That's right.
But they were so sweet in it. They're beautiful, like, old people. How sweet.
Vicky and Stephen.
Yeah, how sweet.
Once again, I feel like these guys were some of the better actors in this whole thing. I thought they were amazing. Like they're
seasoned veterans, man.
They're veterans.
Careful, Vicky.
So good.
We don't want to be wandering around. We don't know what's going on here.
I also love how Classic Who give companion exits the most nonsense shit ever. Like, he's like, I'm a king now.
Yeah, it's like, last time I saw you were a king. Yeah.
It's
Jinx. Didn't it start with him going, looking at the 6th Doctor jacket, and he's like, would you ever see our Doctor wearing this? It can't be him. I thought that was so good. Like, it was brilliant.
Yeah.
This was so...
God damn.
It was wicked, bro.
God damn. Wicked. Ace.
Wicked. Yeah, dude, it was so sweet. It was beautiful. The fob watch was like, it is our Doctor. It's so
beautiful. So beautiful. I love to see these guys catch up. I haven't seen too much of... So season 2 is the only Hartnell series season that I've seen. And Stephen comes in the second last story, so I've not seen too much of Stephen. And Vicky comes in about halfway through. So I've seen a decent amount of Vicky. I really like both these characters. And yeah, seeing them back was... Once again, I've not spent a massive amount of time with either of them, but I just fell straight in love with them. You know, they were bloody great.
Yeah, man, like, this is, again, what's so beautiful about it. We get to see these characters who were around in the 60s, in 2023, just having a convo about Doctor Who in character, and it's stunning. It was proper special.
Proper special.
It actually was proper special.
It was.
It's like unlike anything I've really seen before, and it was beautiful. And of course, we end it with oh no! Don't you hear his laughter?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
it was some
the little cheeky fuckers walking around the TARDIS.
Some broken sound bite from the 60s.
Yeah, they're just like
Can you clean that up a bit better?
Yeah.
Just get David Bradley on the phone.
It's like, bro, we ain't got 6 days to do this. We ain't cleaning it up. I'm like, yeah, that's sweet.
Yeah.
Again, just so glad I didn't see. With peace and love David Bradley.
Yeah.
But I was like, yeah, just maybe leave it this time.
Yeah, we've had a lot of David Bradley lately, you know.
It's almost more emotional. It's always more emotional not seeing it in a way, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
Alright, let's end on my favourite one.
This is your favourite one, The Curse of Fenrir.
How can it not be? My favourite classic Doctor and Ace, my favourite companion from the classic era.
By the way, The Curse of Fenrir is a story that we must do. There's so many Seventh Doctor stories I just want to show you that I really love.
I love them. This duo is my absolute favourite.
Yeah.
You know how he does the tongue rolls? He loves these.
I'm gonna start with the end here.
Okay.
The spoons.
Yeah.
I have not laughed that hard but laughed like a fucking maniac. Like, because the spoons is his thing, right? So then, like, seeing him do the spoons on Ace, and then Ace, like, put her arms out, and the music's, like, swirling and magical, and I literally was just like,
he's losing it, folks.
I was going nuts watching this shit.
Yeah.
I lost my mind when that happened.
Brilliant. My favourite. So fantastic. Oh, so okay, it's the only reference to it being, like, pretty much canon, because she's like, last time I saw you were a hologram.
Yeah.
So that refers to Power of the Doctor. And by the way, like, not taking away from Chibnall, I thought the two scenes between Tegan and Ace and the 5th and 7th Doctor is probably one of my favourite scenes of Doctor Who ever.
Yeah,
like, I love it.
I love
It's
it.
so emotional, it's perfect, very well written, loved it. And this to me is a bit of like a dessert. It's like a little bit of extra.
Yeah,
you know?
they just, like, carried on
Carried
what they
on.
were talking about.
Which
Like,
I'm glad they did.
they
you
finally
know?
sat down and spoke about the Adric stuff, and in this, they
Yes.
finally sat down and talked about why they left, and they gave a bit
Yes.
more context to it. They
Yes.
said it was a mission with the Rani,
Yes.
which
yes.
is so cool. Like,
Yep, the Rani.
Rani was
up to
her antics.
up to her normal antics. Yeah,
Oh, so
the,
good.
the bats in the TARDIS.
Yeah.
Not sure how it got there from Power of the Doctor, but we'll let it go.
Yeah.
Um,
I love how Ace had just a couple of badges on her blazer.
Yes.
Because Ace has obviously badges on her jacket.
I did notice that.
Yeah.
I like how the jacket's it's in the office, but it's retired.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's kind of beautiful, man. Like
It
it
is.
actually is. Like I loved it. The hat going on, like.
Oh yeah, she puts the hat on at the side.
Dude, Sill's so great. Like
Oh, we didn't
he's such
say-
a legend.
We didn't say how Clyde had the space, the helmet
Oh
on.
yeah,
The
that was
helmet
brilliant.
on.
That was brilliant. It's
Yeah.
like it's so much. What's that? It's like so much old trash in here. Like
Yeah,
yeah, some
just
cool
threw it
trash.
on
Yeah,
the-
yeah.
But
That
yeah,
man hasn't aged a day.
Clyde.
Yeah,
No,
looks
all grown.
fantastic for his age. Honestly,
He looks great.
Yeah.
Bring him back.
brilliant,
But yeah, back to 7 and Ace.
brilliant. Like honestly, my favorite because I love them both so much. Like. It was just great. Like it's hard to talk about it because I just keep saying it's great. I'm just repeating myself, but like, man, it was just heartwarming.
It was so wholesome.
And yeah, by the way, that story, I do want to watch it. It's like, we'll start in the sea.
Yeah.
And it like the transition, the frame.
60 by 94 by
60,
3.
yeah,
Yeah, I
exactly,
thought that
yeah.
was really neat. I thought
Beautiful.
that was awesome. I thought they could have done the transitions between shots a little better because they just like ended up fading between one shot to a completely irrelevant shot.
6 days, Aidan, 6 days.
I know, it's just... Well, they started it off well in Earthshock and they like zoomed into the TV.
That was
I thought
cool.
that was really cool. I just thought maybe they could have done something a bit more.
There were 2 pans to Jodie's miniature TARDIS.
Yes, they were, and both times I was just like, why? You
Yeah,
know?
it's a bit weird to go to that.
Yeah, that's like, what information are you giving us by doing this?
Yeah. 6 days, Aidan, 6 days.
6 days. Remember.
Yeah, beautifully.
Remember the TARDIS.
Beautifully ends that, like, you know, they're just like, oh, why don't we just go on another adventure?
Mm-hmm.
You know?
I was
The
watching
spoons.
This is nuts.
Dude, it's wicked, man.
I was really watching this with the context of very recently Sophie Alva said in an interview that she feels like she's ready. Like she's ready for her own to do something big with Doctor Who was sort of what she hinted at. Didn't say that explicitly, but she basically would. I think she was kind of like, I'd love a spin-off. You know what I mean? So the whole time I was watching this, I was like, man, I feel like she's auditioning high out here to be like, I can do this. I am Ace. I can be the new Sarah Jane.
Have her in fucking the unit special, man. Bring her back. Like,
I'd love
it's
to
stunning
see
to
her.
have all these people come back.
I'd love to see her in a Clyde and Rani Ace spin-off. You know, not gonna happen.
That'd be
but I'd
great.
love it.
Here's the thing, like, I don't think it's like if fan service is done well, like it hides the fact that it's fan service, if you get what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
this to me didn't seem very fan servicey. It was just like, it was just beautiful moments. And like, Doctor Who's a very rare show where you have so many companions, you know? And it's like, why not take advantage of that?
Yeah.
Like, why don't we have Ace pop up here and there? Like, why don't we do that? Like, you know, I just think they should take advantage of it.
I think the reason that this works as not feeling like fan service, well, it 100% kind of does feel like that, but the reason that you don't walk out going, a bit of fan wank, was because of what Russell does best, and these specials all reminded me that we were in such safe hands for the future of Doctor Who. because Russell prioritizes emotion over
Yes.
any other part of storytelling.
So
emotion
true.
and character.
Couldn't have said it better myself, my
And
friend.
these fan wank, they are fan wank, these things, but they work so well because
It's covered up wank.
they're rooted by an emotional core,
Yeah.
and I adore that, and it just makes me think
if
Russell
any-
is gonna.
I won't say that, it's mean. But
The
like,
future's bright.
I think we're in such safe, lucky hands, and I'm just so excited. Because I have been a bit worried the last couple of weeks. I don't know why. I just get a bit nervous. I saw with Josh yesterday, and I was like, oh, if this flops, like, Doctor Who's like fucked. But after watching this, I was like, yeah, I think it blows my mind. It was done in 6 days, not 4,
Not 5,
not 5, 6.
not 7.
And not 7.
No.
Not even a week. 6 days. Like, it's incredible, like, how well it was done. I'm truly impressed.
I like how-
I tip my Sylvester McCoy hat
Yeah.
off to you.
I like
my
how
friends.
Russell said on Instagram, he was like, yeah, we were filming it whilst we were doing the 60th anniversary concert.
Yeah, and we couldn't say anything.
Yeah, so that explains why Sylvester and Ace were there. They'd obviously filmed their one that day.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Cool shit, cool
How
shit.
exciting. We're so lucky. God bless, Papa bless.
One thing we didn't
Shout out
say-
to Phil, Pete, and Russell T.
Yes.
Davies.
Thank you very much for some beautiful Doctor
We
Who.
send our love to you.
One thing we didn't say at the start with news was we got the Whoniverse Aidan. How does it go? The
After watching it 6 times in a row, I really like it.
I really like it.
I hate it when I saw it. I was like, what a load of Marvel shit. Now I'm doing the worm, I'm breakdancing when it's on. I'm like,
bum, 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 bum.
dun, 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 dun.
But
It is very Marvel-y, but I can let it slide now.
the first time I watched it, I was like, love the visuals. I wasn't on board with the score. I thought the score just wasn't that recognizable.
The score now.
And then I watched it over and over again.
Well, that's the thing. I think this
I
is
was like,
perfect
yes.
for it because I was the same. I was like, I think it's fine.
And it does end. It's quite subtle because it is quite different and very orchestral, but it does end with like a boom, bum, bum, it's the Doctor Who notes.
Burn.
Bum.
Sudman.
But it hits the last few notes of it. If you watch it, they are the Doctor Who notes. I think I'm not a musician, but they're just very, very, very orchestral version of it.
What kind of blew my mind, slight flex for us, like, it kind of ends with where the O is, like, the last big visual is Michelle Gomez as Missy. This is kind of weird, I was like, I've interviewed her.
We've interviewed her.
Yeah, it's like,
So new listeners,
look at us.
Look at us. Lick us.
We'll put a card here at the top of the video.
I'm not going to do that. But,
I knew you wouldn't do it.
No, I've been meaning to do a post on the official 50% YouTube channel recently saying, hey, new listeners, we interviewed Michelle Gomez a few months ago. Check it out.
The video did pretty well.
Yeah, but we got
Could've done better.
we got some new listeners now, so yeah, I'll post about that sometime soon. But or you can just scroll back through the catalogue a few months and
Just Google 50% Doctor Who podcast, Michelle Gomez, it will come up.
straight away. Yeah.
Yeah, I like the Titan. Is that what's called, the Titan?
Sorry, the what? The Aidan.
Aidan. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I actually really like it now after not liking it. Watching it 6 times in a row, it really roasted my spuds.
Roasted my. Yeah, same.
iPlayer works really well, by the way, so I'm not too mad about.
Well, I watched it on my computer and it worked well. I tried Chromecasting to my TV and it just kept failing miserably.
It's so much easier than ITVX and a Daily Motion. So after all that fiasco, I'm just glad that something actually loads.
Alrighty, can you give the complete series of Tales of the TARDIS a score out of 10 for me, Connor?
I am going to give Tales of the TARDIS a 8.5.
Wow.
I would have liked one little surprise maybe in one of them.
That's,
I was expecting maybe a little bit of a surprise. I'm not sure what.
It's not really a negative, but I do think maybe it would have been cool if they'd announced a couple, like maybe they show like Sylvester and Ace and Davison and Tegan, because we've seen those guys on screen recently. Maybe announce it with those two, and then leave all the other ones to be a surprise until you press play.
Oh, that would have been
like imagine you're like juicy. 3 doctors, who are you gonna get? And then Joe and Clyde walk in, and
yeah,
it's like,
that would have been juicy AF. Yeah, apart from Earthshot, you can literally watch them in like any order.
Yeah, Earthshot just introduces it a bit.
I did watch them in the order that BBC iPlayer listed it, but yeah, you can literally like watch them in like any order if you want to.
Yeah, but the thing is, and it's the same with like anthology series, I always think when people say you can watch them in any order, the seasons are always scheduled to give you a bit of pace, but also just like a bit of flavour. You know, just example looking at season of Doctor Who, right? you're never going to really see two historicals next to each other. You know what I'm saying? Everything's shook up to... Everything's been planned out in a specific order just for a reason, and you don't necessarily have to stick to it, but your viewing experience...
Yeah, I'm not saying... I should add a comment to that. I'm not saying you should do it, and I would never do it, but like I'm just saying, like, if it was more a comment on that there isn't like an overarching storyline.
And you are 100% right.
That's what I was trying to say. That sounded like I was like, just skip around, but like I wouldn't. I would personally watch it in the order of what BBC iPlayer listed out.
And like, if you don't know Zoe and Jamie, yes, you can skip it without affecting anything, but...
I mean, I didn't.
You shouldn't skip it, because it's worth watching even if you don't know them.
I completely agree. I mean, particularly the first Doctor Companions, I had never seen them, and I found it beautiful. Like, but I'm a nerd, so... Did you give your score?
8.5 out of 10. I didn't say
that.
Yeah, 8.5. Same thing. It was just magical, beautiful.
Modern
art! Would have been nice to have a little surprise in there, but didn't, and that's okay.
What a start to RTD2.
Yeah, this is the first thing in the Whoniverse.
The first spin-off.
Who would have known? This time last week, thought we were waiting till November 25th to get some new Who.
And yeah, we get something on Children in Need, which I think is the 17th or
and that's 100% going to be David Tennant doing something.
Oh, really?
It's 100% going to be a prequel, I reckon.
Oh, really? Let's go.
Okay, it'll either be a prequel or another, like, Tales of the TARDIS-esque scene, maybe. You know? Like,
Donna, what are you doing here?
Yeah, maybe they'll rock up in the TARDIS.
Who are you? It just ends.
To
be continued on November 26th. 5th.
6th for us. 26th for us.
Yeah, I'm on like Australian Day. So thank you everyone. We're going to go record the 50th anniversary watch along.
Yes.
We were going to do it last week, but I had a Halloween party, so we're doing it tonight.
We're going to do a commentary of the Day of the Doctor. So yeah, every week, every Thursday, there is watch alongs coming out for Doctor Who seasons 1 to 8. So yeah, I think this Thursday it will be The Doctor's Wife.
Doctor's Wife.
You're going to be watching The Doctor's Wife along with us, so you can grab a beer and have us talk through your favourite episodes of Doctor Who. And yeah, we're about to get ahead and record the 50th one right now. So
and yeah, hope you guys had a great Spooktober 30 cast.
It's a bit late now.
It's been a couple of days.
By the time this comes out, it'll be like, what, November 4th, 5th?
Yeah, it'd been a couple of days. It's like you can only say Happy New Year for a week.
Okay, well, I hope you all had a good day. Okay? Conor, sing us out in song, baby.
New beer, new me. Wow. It's Aidan and Conor's podcast. They're doing Doctor Who review. Doctor Who review. We need a middle 8 for the 50th campaign.
Or who am I? Doctor!
Yo, Perry.
I'm Perry.
Of course you are.
She said doctor.
Doctor,
like there's an A at the start. She's like, doctor.
Doctor, I got killed by Civ.
I
like how they mentioned Civ.
I'm the warrior princess. Doctor.
Fuck Civ.
Civ.
I bet you. I hope you didn't. Civ's fucking.
Let's see if that makes the cut.
Yeah, let's see, baby.
Oh no. How long has my audio fucking...
Aidan, you're killing me. Shut up.